NFL Nation, how you doing? Come on in. Take a seat, sit back, relax, baby. It is here, week 16 NFL season. We had some great football yesterday. We had college playoffs, by the way, that turned out to be absolutely mismatches. Every single game. We'll talk about that on a later episode. We also had some NFL football yesterday. You had Lamar Jackson finally exercising some demons as he was finally able to get a victory over his nemesis in the NFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what are you going to say about the Kansas City Chiefs? They're just good. I know we look for all kind of scenarios. We look for all kind of windows to talk about them, to say, well, they're just not the same team. They're not as explosive. They're not this, they're not that. But when you look up, all that matters at the end of the day, they got 14 wins in the W column and only one loss in the L. And they got arguably the greatest player on the planet under center. Chiefs just continue to find a way. And by the way, Andy Reid continues to add to his Hall of Fame coaching career. And I ask you this question, family, as we begin today's show. If Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs make history by becoming the first three-peat champion in the Super Bowl era, and thus giving Andy Reid 4 Lombardis, does now Andy Reid's name comes up as the greatest head coach in the history of the National Football League? And if that is the case, is he now right? Is he right now on the heels of Bill Belichick? Or will accomplishing this feat that not even the great Belichick and Brady can do put him at the head of the class? We're going to discuss that and more. We got a special guest coming in. It's not really a guest. It's family. He ain't been here for a while, but he's coming in the building. He's in the back. It's a pleasure and an honor to see my brother. But before I bring my brother on, let me greet the family members who are in the chat right now. All right. Got you. Okay. I thought I saw my guy Jerry. I had to give him a shout. But family, without further ado, family, y'all know what time it is. It's time for Team Paul. There he goes. He is in the building, baby. Back, baby. It's been a long time. The last time my brother was here, courtesy of Coach Rock, I told you get Coach Rock on your team, Jack. I told you bad thing was going to happen, man. Bad thing was going to happen. Jack hasn't been here since the NFC Championship game. First of all, my brother, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure and honor to see you today, and I hope all is well with you and your family, my friend.
Thank you. I hope all is well with you as well. It is such an honor, such a joy to be back. I've been busy. I'm back in school, so I've been working away at that. But it is just so good to be back with the family. I'm so happy to be here. So excited to talk football. Loving the changes you've made on the intro. Of course, the Team Pulse music is still some of the best music in the game, too. How's it going? How's it going, my friend? It is good.
It's going good, man. Like you say, man, we making some changes. We're evolving. Of course, Jared got a new family member, Jeremy. Beware the Stampede, and they host of Come On In Bills on the Come On In Sports Network. So hey, we're working over here, we're building. And hey, man, we missed you, bro. I like the brothers be like, hey man, where's Jack? Man, where's Jack? I say, man, I reached out. Listen, we got to wait. He go, be patient. He gonna come. Just be patient. You know, like they say, you build it and they will come. Just be patient. Jack's gonna be here. And again, thank you for being here this morning, Jack. It's an honor, man. Please let everybody know where they can find you on social media and all your platforms.
You can find me everywhere at CAVANAUGH87. Haven't been as active as I used to this past season, but I'm still watching all the games, soaking it all in while I'm doing my studying, while I'm doing my work. So it is especially a great time to be a Detroit Lions fan. I mean,
Yes.
there's been some ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, and there are some worries, and the sky is falling if you talk to a lot of Lions fans. But for me, it's still a great time to be a Lions fan. This is still
Right.
a great team. Got the Amon-Ra St. Brown shirtsy on today, and hoping for a big rebound. You were talking about the Bills earlier. That was a little bit heartbreaking.
No, that was an excellent game, though, man.
Oh yeah.
We had the fortune of live streaming that game last week, man. Really enjoyed it. Right now, man, Josh Allen, and this came out this morning that the guy's been playing with a fractured hand since week 1.
Oh wow.
So if he didn't have a fractured hand, I wonder what the hell he'll be doing. Yeah, go ahead.
He's a unicorn. He's a centaur. He's not human. He's a Greek god that blesses us on the field. There is no amount of hyperbole that you can use when it comes to Josh Allen because it's just all true.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he right now, I believe last week he separated himself from Saquon Barkley. I had Derrick Henry as a distant third in the MVP voting. He's having a great season too. But Josh Allen, man, right now he's almost superhuman with the things he's doing on the football field. It's just special to watch the things that he has been accomplishing this season on the field. And like I said at the beginning of the year, they got rid of that distraction. They got rid of that distraction, that me. I need the ball player, and it's all about team playing for each other and brotherhood. And you see what the Bills are not doing. But now the big question is, we've seen things like this before from Josh Allen, but not at this eclipse. But the big thing comes in January in the playoffs is where he has to deliver. His defense has to give him an opportunity, and he has to take full advantage of that opportunity. They got to get it done this season. They have to. And we're being joined by the other host of as the NFL Turns, and he's the host of Uneducated Sports Talk. And yesterday, the man did 3, not 1, 1, 2, 3 college football games. Not really 3, because one he turned off at halftime because he was disgusted. He was disgusted by the one and only Carlos. And hold on, before I go any further, because I don't want no problems. It's early in the morning. Let me give a shout out and a special welcome to my sister. If you want to know how to lay down the bet, just straight up, not over unders, but just straight up. This person, my sister, you see her right there next to Carlos PJ, has an unbelievable record for him. Unbelievable. You'll never believe it. PJ today going into week 17-16 enters with a 367-0 record. Now, has that been confirmed by anyone? No.
No, nobody.
But PJ said, damn it, it's true. PJ, how you doing?
She said, what's happening, y'all? A lady never bets and tells. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? Always good to be back on the show.
Yes, sir.
Hope all is well.
It is.
What's up, Jack?
Not too much. It's good to be back. Good to see you. Good to see your friend next to you, too, the betting extraordinaire. It's just good to be back with the family.
That's all good, man. How are we doing, man? Come on in. I'm about to relax my feet, y'all.
Normal guy, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Come on in. Oh, Jack, go ahead and finish your thoughts about Josh Allen, what you were about to say.
So, like you were saying, it's incredible. He is a Greek god playing football right now. But as you said, it all comes down to those playoffs. And you almost feel bad for him because he beats the Kansas City Chiefs. He has such a phenomenal game. It's incredible. You'd think he'd be riding high. And the man can't even be excited about it anymore, beating the Chiefs in the regular season, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is January. Can he beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? Can he get to that first Super Bowl? I really, really hope that this is the year for the Buffalo Bills. I really hope they can finally exercise those demons and beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Right. And let us send out our best wishes Tank Dell, young wide receiver for the Texas, man. The young man battled injuries all last year, and then the unfortunate injury yesterday on the field, man. And it was hard to watch, man. And the emotion that pulled out from his teammates, C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, the entire team, man. And for them to go out there and continue to battle, man, when their brother was suffering like he was, man, they ought to be commended for that, man. But once again, yesterday, Kansas City finds the way to win. Again, at the end of the day, when you're looking at this season, 2-3 years from now, you say, damn, the Chiefs went maybe 16-1. No one's gonna care about how they got the 16 win. If they won every game by one, they still won. That's all that matters. Because I know we'll take that in the bayou anytime. But I'm just saying. So with that being said, man, what impressed you guys yesterday about the Kansas City Chiefs? And what is it about this team that continues to allow them to be successful? It seems like in any scenario or challenge that they're faced with.
Yeah, they're just such a, even when they're not on their game, even when they're not lighting up the scoreboard like they used to, they're still so good. The defense locks people down. The defense gets after quarterbacks. They can score when they decide to turn it on every once in a while. And I think Hollywood Brown returning is going to be a very underrated piece to this offense. He wasn't at 100%. He wasn't playing all the snaps he would usually play. But just watching him, the new dimension that he adds, he can stretch the field, but he can also get open underneath. And it's not just a one-trick pony like Xavier Worthy. It's not a contested catch guy like DeAndre Hopkins. It's just a completely new dynamic that you have to worry about. And Patrick Mahomes moved pretty damn well for a guy with a high ankle sprain, if, in fact, he does have a high ankle sprain and he's not just making it up.
Another one-score game, another dub. Pretty much, they thrive over that. They've been doing that now. Even last year, I keep telling folks they had a worse team last year and won it all. This team is still, if you look at stats, if you look at numbers on their offense, man, this is like how they win these games. I'll tell you why. Pat Mahomes. It's just name another quarterback that would have this particular team right now at what are they, 14-1 right now, 13-1, whatever the record is. Like name a quarterback that would have this team at this. I'll give you Josh Allen, but I'll give you one more loss though. You know, so what I'm saying is it's Pat Mahomes. He's the best quarterback on God's green earth. And like Jack said, when the Chiefs need to turn it on, not want to, because if they wanted to, they do it all the time. But when they need to turn it on, they do. They've been in the situation now forever. Veterans all across the board, offense and defense, and we still don't give enough credit to this defense. It's been dynamic the last 3 or 4 years now, and only because they have one guy, Chris Jones, and he's not even talked about enough as being one of the greatest D tackles in today's game right now. So they anchor in their coaching staff. Andy Reid is the reason why. A never panic kind of guy, and it's weird how people say, with dynasties like this, you've got to be like a Bill Belichick type, Tom Brady type. It's all about X and O's and taking it serious. Well, yeah, it's about X and O's, but also the Chiefs have shown we can go on commercials. Hell, we can make our own Christmas movie together on Hallmark and put it on Netflix and still be 14-1 and all about X and O's, man. So it's about the players. It's about what you buy into. The coaching staff has done a great job of this team and saying, hey, we aren't what we are 4 years ago with Tyreek Hill and passing for 500 yards per game. We're not that team, but we're still a damn good team, and we still are a complete team when we need to be. And this team is never panicking no matter what. Even that loss to Buffalo, Buffalo won convincingly, but towards the end, it was still a very close game. But I'm saying this Chiefs team is never going to die when they have Pat Mahomes as the quarterback. Because anybody else, any quarterback, you're looking at least 3 or 4 losses with this team, if not more, because of Pat Mahomes and his ability in the last 2 minutes, the last 4 minutes. How many times so far we've seen this year they got the ball at the end with about 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes? Usually a team will mess that up. No, the way the Chiefs play, they just dink and dunk you for all 4 or 5 minutes, including this last game. They have 4.5 minutes to go on that clock to eat it up And that's what they did. Houston never got the ball back to even try to tie this game up. And they've done it now because of the quarterback they have. It's about Pat Mahomes. Yes, he will not be MVP. Not at all. But he's still the most valuable player in today's game.
Right. And I'm gonna add another name to the scenario for the Chiefs. Cornerback Trent McDuffie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
McDuffie has been locking up top receivers for the entire season. That kid is has become one of the top corners in the National Football League. And I'm just not saying that off of yesterday. Go back and watch this kid's entire line of work so far this season. He's good. Now, what I was surprised about, that coming into yesterday, I believe last week he didn't have an intercept, but now he has 2 for the season. So Trent McDuffie, a coach, like you said, the great Chris Jones up front, and a defensive unit that plays well together, man. The Chiefs are that team. All right, now another game. Go ahead, Color.
Before you go, Burton, the linebacker, he has been phenomenal this year.
Yeah.
So they've got a guy on every level. Chris Jones, Burton, I forgot his first name, number 32 for the Chiefs, the linebacker. He has been phenomenal. And then, of course, you have McDuffie. And that's why they were hesitant to let go of Snell from last year. Sneed, from last year, who was locking up guys. They said, we got some guys behind you, too, so we'll let you go and get some picks out of you.
Right.
It's almost the Chiefs with DBs are almost like the Steelers with wide receivers and the Rams with safeties, where it's just, we'll take a guy wherever we take him and we'll just develop him into a star, and then we'll let him walk because someone else is going to pay him more, and we can just replace that guy because we know what we're doing when it comes to scouting this particular position.
And they just and they're doing this, and Rashee Rice isn't still there yet. I mean, come on. I mean, you could potentially have Rashee Rice, DeAndre Hopkins, and Hollywood Brown. You know, also Mecole Hardman. Also Xavier Worthy. Come on, man. Like, come on, pick your poison with this team come playoff time. And Pat Mahomes, your quarterback. Yeah, good luck.
And that running game. That running game.
Pacheco. I mean, just nasty now.
Yeah.
If you look at it, this team, I mean, they're only scoring. I mean, when's the last time they scored 30 plus? It's been very few, man. But when you have this team combined, I guarantee you come playoff time, they're going to turn it all the way up, just like last year. They'll turn it up.
Yeah, they did. The law firm is in the building, baby. Andy Marie Elizabeth Rose-Velowski. If that ain't a law firm, I don't know. But it's the official law firm of the Come On In Sports Network. How you doing? Come on in. Our guys here. Samuel, how you doing? Come on in. Samuel says like, subscribe. That's right. Hit that notification bell. Come on in, Samuel. Thank you for being here. Green Buffalo, Chiefs Kingdom, hashtag. How you doing? Come on in. I say Buffalo, Buff Op. Green Buff Op. How you doing? It's early. I'm just giving people names. All right, man. Thank everybody for being here.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, it's Buffalo. I thought that what he meant. I talked about this at the beginning. Here we go. Finally, we can come on here and we can say Lamar Jackson defeated the Steelers. The Ravens defeated the Steelers yesterday. Now, was it more to do with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, or the ineptitude of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense to make big plays and actually to keep up?
I'm gonna go more with it was the Ravens, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. This is why you got Derrick Henry for these kind of games. And I hate when they have this monster of a beast and don't use him, because this guy is capable of having these kind of games, 162 yards on the ground. I mean, he's capable of having that every single game if the game plan is to use him and use him and use him and use him. Right? I get it. There's Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, and you, for some reason, want to make this guy stand out. He's a 2-time MVP. He's already standing out. It's about dubs now. Let's get dubs. We don't need Lamar Jackson to go for 300 yards passing with 5 touchdowns every single game. No. Just win. That's all you are. In the playoff time, in the playoffs they have, even without Derrick Henry, they always had a great running game, right? The Gus Edwards and the Worlds were in there back in those days, but always had a great running game with Lamar Jackson as well. And for some reason, they get in the playoffs and they stop using that game plan. Well, now with Derrick Henry there, you have to use that game plan. The Ravens are always a better team than the Steelers, but maybe the Steelers are just a better coaching team, than the Ravens, right? That's Mike Tomlin, and that's why they always had Lamar Jackson's number. Now, this particular game, yes, Lamar went off, Derek went off, and that's good, but it was still a close game, third quarter. Like, it was still 17-17, and the Ravens at the end, pulled away. But you could thank Derrick Henry for that. If they used that method, I've always said, and I'll continue to say, the Ravens are the best team on paper, top to bottom, right? The only time they lose when they beat themselves. They get too cute for some strange reason. Well, this particular team, if they don't get cute, they could run and make a Super Bowl run, right? We'll find out, though. But I like what I saw exercising their demons. This is Lamar Jackson's first time beating the Ravens. I'm beating the Steelers in Baltimore with a crowd, right? So that was good for that monkey off his back type of mentality. And now you kind of have your doorway into the division. It's tied now, and now you just hope, well, who do you think is going to lose one out of the next three? Ravens or the Steelers? I can see the Steelers losing one out of three, and the Ravens can have a clean sweep. But it's up to the Ravens. Do they want it? Do they have the same mentality every game? Because you won't play the Steelers every single game. So can you get up for that every single game to clinch yourself an AFC North Championship? We'll find out.
Gotcha. My brother is here. He's arisen.
Barely. It's freezing in this house too, man. I'm dying right now. I'm so cold.
He done rose like the Undertaker used to do in those matches.
I thought it was Saturday, bro. I thought it was Saturday. I was getting a couple of texts, and I was like, man, I ain't looking at this shit. I'm going back to sleep. And I was like, oh, wait, hold up. It's Sunday. Time to get up. Let's go.
What's going on, Zach, man? How you doing this morning, my brother?
Doing good, man. Yeah, I mean, as far as this game, man, I mean, I think it's 100% on the Ravens. I mean, defense actually showed up as well, which, has been one of the main struggles for them this year. You have Lamar Jackson throw only his fourth interception of the year, by the way, because I did see some people were trying to say nonsense about how Lamar's really not that great. He's not even the best player on his team this year. He's got, I think, 37 touchdowns and now only four interceptions this season. But yeah, exactly what all y'all said, man. Use Derrick Henry. That's why you bring him there, right? Like, he's someone that needs the ball to leave an impact. When you don't use him, you're basically holding yourself back from winning. The best play of this game or this matchup today was Lamar throws the interception. Very next play, you get a pick six. It's something that the Ravens have been needing all year with their defensive struggles, and to see that, it was the icing on the cake, man. They're trying to get ready. A couple games left for playoffs.
Right. And speaking of Derrick Henry, yesterday he ran 24 times for 162 yards. He forced 10 missed tackles yesterday, and all those missed tackles he gained 66 yards, both of which were the third most in the game this season. And get this, guys. He has now rushed for 678 yards after missed tackles this season, which is 144 more yards than the next closest player. The addition of Derrick Henry has been very big for the Ravens. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, he's just been so phenomenal. Both he and Saquon, and you throw Josh Jacobs in there. And I know everyone's talking about it, how these running backs go from bad teams to good teams, and all of a sudden running backs start to matter again. I understand why the Titans let Derrick Henry go, because Derrick Henry's not having the same season with the Titans. He makes the Titans a hell of a lot better, but he's not flirting with 2,000 yards. I think he's dropped out of that race at this point. But he and Saquon aren't doing what they're doing with their former teams. They're still dominating. They're still two of the best running backs in the game, but they go from great to just special, transcendent. What Derrick Henry is doing, what he opens up for Lamar Jackson. And I mentioned it earlier with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. He's got to exercise those demons in the playoffs. Yes. Lamar Jackson exercised some demons against the Steelers, finally beat them, but now he's got to do it in the playoffs as well because he has struggled. He hasn't been Josh Allen in the playoffs where he puts on a light show, laser show, fireworks everywhere, and just loses, unfortunately. Lamar's been bad at times in the playoffs. I think this could finally be the year where he puts on those types of performances. Just depends on if the team wants to join him in a win or if the defense is not going to show up.
Chantel, how you doing? Come on in. No, Miles Garrett is leaving the Browns. No, we don't say that. It's gonna be all right, Chantel. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Y'all bounce back next season. Hey, you get an early pick. You get an early pick. Carlos would like an early pick. What you, Carlos?
I would love an early pick. I would love one.
I go Carlos with that.
Go for two again, baby. Go for two.
All right, man. Listen, thank everybody for being here. Again, this is As the NFL Turns. And Thursday's game. Let me start off by saying this. I was not a big Bo Nix fan when the Broncos selected him. I wasn't a big Bo Nix fan when he was in college. But Bo Nix has been playing great football for the Denver Broncos. And let me just say this. I am still not a Bo Nix fan. Let me see you do it consistent. Let me see next year when everybody got this tape on you. Because right now, CJ Stroud kind of hit that wall, that Southmore wall. So we'll see. But again, shout out to Bo Nix. The kid's playing great football. And he has right now the Broncos in playoff contention, man. This game Thursday night, I think it was a must-win, more so for the Chargers. I think this is a game that the Chargers needed. And they got behind Justin Herbert, who quietly has been having a real good season for the Chargers without a real bona fide number one receiver. So, Jack, when you take a look at this game in hindsight, what was your thoughts about this game? And what are your thoughts about Justin Herbert and the Chargers going forward?
I think Justin Herbert has found that coach that he needed. Trevor Lawrence needs to get his own version of Jim Harbaugh because Justin Herbert has always been fantastic. You've seen the laser show, the fireworks year after year, but there was always something missing, whether it was those turnovers late in the game, whether it was the defense couldn't support him. There just always it was classic Chargers. The Chargers were always chargering and something would go wrong. Now you've got him with his partner. You've got him his Andy Reid, his Bill Belichick for Tom Brady. You've got that pairing. And then Justin Herbert just keeps getting better and better and better. The turnovers aren't there the way they used to. The defense has now picked it up. Unfortunately, since J.K. Dobbins went down, there's no run game to speak of for the Chargers. But the way Herbert is playing, it doesn't matter. Now, it will matter come the playoffs. I don't know if they can sustain this long term, but it's year one of a complete rebuild for the Chargers, and it's just going to keep going up. The stock market is just going to keep ticking up when it comes to Justin Herbert and these Chargers, thanks to Jim Harbaugh.
And it's been the threat of the running game that has helped them too. We know when Harbaugh got it, everyone already knew they're gonna be a ground and pound. They're gonna want to set the tempo with the run and let Justin Herbert play off the run. And it's not last night, but Thursday, Herbert used play action on 47% of his dropbacks against the Broncos, and he finished on those dropbacks. He was 12 or 15. For 155 yards on all play action dropbacks. That's courtesy of Next Gen. All right, Carlos, Zach, what was your thoughts on this contest?
Well, speaking of Jim Harbaugh and Herbert, I mean, Harbaugh is obviously one of the greatest coaches we have, college and NFL. He did one of the smartest things you could do is he went there knowing he had a really good quarterback, and he embraced them from day one. They're like freaking best friends now, and everything he says about Herbert is positive. Everything. He might fuss and cuss at the next 20 guys, but when he starts at Herbert, it's all love, baby. He's smart about that because he knows what he has in a Herbert. And I like the fact that they made it about themselves. When I say themselves, Harbaugh and his staff and how they run games. You could tell the major difference, the complete 180 from a guy like Jim Harbaugh to a guy like Brandon Staley, right? They all bought into this defense. They all bought into slow ball pretty much the first couple of years. And it was crazy when I said the win against the Bengals, I said it was not really smart, but you could set Harbaugh said, you know what? It's our first primetime game. Let me show you what I actually have in quarterback. That was like the first game Herbert had threw for like 300 yards the whole entire season, right? And it's almost like I got you on the national scale. Now I'll unleash you, and then we're back on the 1 o'clock time frame again, or the 3 o'clock time frame, I put you back as our number 2 option. Let's run that ball, play good defense, and on third downs convert. I like that. That tells you a great coach from a good coach. Harbaugh's a great coach. That being said, this game, I would disagree with the fact that the Broncos need this game more, because of the fact that if you did lose this game, you're now in a situation where you have to win your next 2, or you might be out the door. Because there's teams like the Bengals that are just hoping for more losses from everybody else. That's the Broncos. So that being said, I think both teams were in dire need to win this game, and the Broncos had their shot 21-10 at one point.
Yeah.
And before that, the weird rule that happened, and people are saying that's the first time it's ever happened. No, that's the first time it's ever been successful. There was one time about 10 years ago. That rule has been there. I saw a game, same scenario, but the guy missed it from like 66 or 67 yards.
Well, and you know who it was coaching that decided to go for it last time? It was Jim Harbaugh with the 49ers.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I'm about to say, because it was the first time ever. I'm like, no, I saw that like 10 years ago, something like that. I know I did. So anyways, but the guy missed it, whatever. So that being said, this Chargers team is rocking. They were on a slump the last couple games, and you almost thought, man, they got to get to this game too. But both Chargers and the Broncos were both needing to win this game. It felt like a playoff game, and it was entertaining, and it was like a playoff type game. And shame on Amazon Prime. They're smart, though. They got that money. They saw it last year. They said, man, we got all these trash-ass games. Guess what? We want at least half of our damn primetime games to have divisional impact, man. I hate that, because every game now on Amazon Prime is a divisional game on a freaking Thursday. I hate that with a passion. But they said they needed better games, and what better than divisional games, so that was smart by them.
All right. Brother BKL Contreras, sport entertainment guy, how you doing? Appreciate it, brother. We gonna keep it up over here. Thank you for being here. Man, let me ask y'all going about this. The NFL, with all this BS about safety, why in the hell we got 2 games on Wednesday night?
Christmas.
Money.
Money. Think about this. All 4 of those teams, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, and whoever's in that mix, they're all playing like 11 days, 3 games, 11 days. How is that safe at all? How? That is not safe at all.
16 is playing 3 games in 10 days, man. It's unbelievable. I don't know how the player association allowed this to happen. Man. Yeah.
I would have said F your Christmas. I'm not playing that game. That is crazy. That is not safe at all.
Unbelievable.
And so that brings me to this. I still say this. If I got a 53-man roster counting 16 on the practice squad, why can't I have my entire roster available to me on game day, including the practice squad? If we go play games like this, Thursday night games, you gonna have us play on Saturday night, then turn around and play. You want to say it's equivalent to playing Sunday and Thursday, then turn around and play on Wednesday night. I think it's absurd where you only allow a team to have a certain amount of players available on game day. I think if to me, you have a practice squad, okay, let's say you designate 3 players. You got out there top practice squad, no, you got to designate 3 players as inactive for that day. Fine, you do that. But everybody else on the roster, man, should be available to play, man. I think it'll make a better, give a better product. You'll have more healthy players throughout the year, and these games here won't take as much of a toll on the body of the players as they do now. I just think it's really absurd to be playing a game on Wednesday night just to top the NBA. Right now, the NBA on Christmas is dead because the NFL is playing. They might well switch to New Year's or something because that is over with. It used to be you didn't start watching the NBA to Christmas. Now you don't start watching the NBA to after the All-Star game. So
true.
And that's really true. That's when everybody will start paying attention to the NBA. All right. Well, let's get down to business. Let's get to the next game. Now, the first game up, Jack is home, baby. Back, Jack, Giants, Falcons. If the Falcons lose today to the New York Giants, let me just say that would be the Falcons doing Falcon things. The Falcons, the fail kinds, as we call them, because the Falcons will do what the Falcons do. They're all excited. We got Penix is starting today. He gonna light it up. He might light up 3 pick six today for the John pulled the upset. But I don't think, I think they're gonna rely on the running game with Algier and Bijan. A lot of play action, use Penix mobility to get him out the pocket. And I just think they get past the Giants today. Because Penix is making his first start, I expect it to be a close game. I'm going Falcons 16, Giants 9. No, they don't even get 10. I'm sorry, New York. Y'all, they trash.
This is the perfect game to have Michael Penix saying the Giants are clearly going for the number one overall pick, so they're not trying to win this game per se, right? We're talking GM ownership. They don't want to really win this game. Players do.
Right.
Ownership's like, hell no. We're not about to fall into that trap and actually beat this Michael Penix kid. Look, little kids, keep it stupid simple. You're going to see how unbelievable a coaching staff can make a game simpler for their quarterback, right? They have trust in Kirk Cousins. They say, Kirk Cousins, go out there, slang that thing. Fresh off an Achilles injury, and you're about 57 years old. Just slang it, dog. You're a veteran. You've been there, done that. Well, now you're going to see how they can make the game plan so much more simpler for Michael Penix now, because this is their guy, right? Sorry, right. We gave you all this money, but you're not our guy. This is our guy for the future. So we're going to take care of him. So watch and see how simple the game plan is with Michael Penix. See how many times Bijan Robinson really gets that football now, right? See how many times that Algier will get that football to make it simple. How many times you'll see Kyle Pitts with a 5-yard catch, a 6-yard catch. You see that they'll make it much simpler for Michael Penix, where Kirk Cousins kind of had the keys to the offense and say, just go out there, although you had an Achilles injury from a year ago and you're 57 years old. Doesn't make any sense to me. I think that's why they win in this game, because the Giants are just the Giants. And the Falcons, they got a slim hope. They need to keep winning, and the Buccaneers lose at least one game. So you say, you know what? Let's start it now. And I do like the trade, the switch. I like it. It's saying like we still have a chance to win our division, go to the playoffs, and our quarterback, who is obviously having an atrocious last 5 or 6 games, is not doing it. And this is why we got Phoenix in the first round. So keep
go ahead, Jack.
No, you go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I mean, dude, we talked a lot about the Penix moves and stuff like that, and now it's even more funnier that he's taking over the starting role. I mean, we're sitting here, we've all kind of expected, but we thought it'd be next year, maybe the year after Penix gets a little time, learning under Kirk Cousins, learning the systems, going into the NFL and stuff. But the gameplay has been so atrocious, and it's such a weird place that the Falcons in, just like you said, one game behind for the Buccaneers, to where now they're moving on to the rookie quarterback to bring the thing home. It just shows how truly bad and awful Kirk Cousins have been. I mean, they should have lost last week, and it wasn't like they were up against a great opponent. He had, I think, in the last 4 games, it was like 8 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Those are mistakes that veterans like the 57-year-old shouldn't be making. Carlos cracked me up with that one. Falcons are going to go all the way in this one, and you are right. I think they're going to simplify the offense. They're going to make things a little bit easier. We'll see a lot more checkdowns. You're going to see, hopefully, Pitts gets involved more. I mean, we've only been hoping for that since he's been in the league. And I think Bijan's going to be getting those handoffs a lot more often, or getting set up for those screens a lot more often. Anything to get Penix to feel comfortable. And this is the best game to do it. Like, it's the best game to decide to switch on over to a college quarterback, because you're going against the Giants and they're sad.
They are a sad team. They definitely are. And I think this shift to Michael Penix really lets the Falcons be who they wanted to be, because if you watch the Falcons, it's not a lot of play action. It's like you said, it's, hey, Kirk Cousins, just go do what you want, go sling it all over the field. And I think it's because they had to, because Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator from the Falcons, he comes from that Sean McVay tree. He wants that play action. He wants to run the ball, play action, make sure you don't know what's coming to you. But when you're coming off a torn Achilles like Kirk Cousins, you can't do those bootlegs as quick as you would want. So the play action game isn't going to work because you're not in position of where you should be to make that pass. And then all of a sudden the defender's on you and it's just not going to work. So I think with Penix, we see a lot more of a Ram style offense, a lot more of a simplified offense like we've talked about, and things just look a little bit smoother. The results, we'll see about the results. I do think Michael Penix is a very talented kid. I think he will figure it out, but I think the offense as a whole is just going to look that much cleaner with a quarterback who can actually run the offense instead of Kirk Cousins. And at this point, his arms are kind of looking dead. And I don't know if it's the Achilles having to compensate because he's not getting as much force from his plant leg, from his Achilles. So is that impacting him? And he's had to use all of his other muscles. And now those are starting to wear down. I don't know what it is, but he's just been throwing ducks for weeks now. And it was unfortunately something they had to do. He's looking like Peyton Manning at the end of his career with the Broncos.
And I was just about to mention that. My thing is, why, when you get a guy like Kirk Cousins at the age and you pay him all this money, why do you have to justify that by having him throw the ball 1,000 times? Right? Oh, well, we want to get our money's worth. Isn't the game about winning? I was about to say, when Peyton Manning started throwing ducks, they didn't care. Let's just win, baby. Let's just win. So, yeah, he'll throw 22 times a game. Now he's playing that backup quarterback role into the team, but it's still Peyton Manning. Why not do the same thing with Kirk Cousins? Yes, I hate when guys want to justify, well, we gave him all this money, so we're going to tell him to throw it 45 times. No, just win the damn game and let him be the difference in the fourth quarter, right? That's how I feel. Well, now, when I say keep it stupid simple, they'll go back to what they should have done from the first week of the season with Kirk Cousins. They'll do with Michael Penix and just keep it stupid simple and win by any means right now.
Right. And Kirk Cousins' last 10 games, since week 10, has thrown 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions.
Sad.
And he's gone 17 consecutive quarters without a passing touchdown.
Sad, man. It's just sad.
Now, we all know the Giants are just pathetic this season, too. But someone who has not been pathetic is rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors. Right now, Malik Neighbors has 90 receptions through the first 12 games of his NFL career, only trailing former LSU Tiger and New York Giant, recently released wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., who had 91 through his first 12 games. Well, hell, Odell had Eli. And we don't, who the hell has Malik Neighbors had? Daniel Jones. Who else?
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito.
Drew Lock and Tim Boyle.
Drew Lock. Man, come on.
What did Malik say? Malik said, hey, it ain't Daniel Jones. Got a different quarterback, same results. So he know what it is. It's the organization. It ain't the player.
Yep. So it ain't Daniel Jones. Can't put it on Daniel no more. All right, family. Here we go. Cardinals, Panthers. Must win for the Arizona Cardinals against the pesky fighting Carolina Panthers, who despite a loss last week, let me just say this. I think the arrow's pointing up for the Carolina Panthers. I think they're headed in the right direction, and good things are ahead for the team. Ugly because they're finally getting decent quarterback play from their young quarterback. And I think the future is bright for the Panthers right now in a division that will be wide open once again next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be another 2 years before they're a favorite again. Because the one time they were a favorite, they got mollywopped by the Cowboys. I picked that right, by the way. But still,
you did.
But that being said, you're right though. In all, the last month and a half, they look pretty damn good. They look competent. I use that word a lot. They look like they belong. Bryce Young looks like he belongs now. Because at first I was like, this kid. I mean, the first game of the year this year against the Saints, I was like, I watched it live. I was at the game. I was like, this kid don't belong here. He doesn't belong here. He belongs in a semi-pro league right now. It looked that bad. But as far as the Cardinals go, they got to win this game. I'm sorry. They're only favored by 4.5. They've got to win this game, though, because you're in that NFC West. It's still kind of crowded, but you got the Rams kind of taking their way and kind of running it now. But if you're the Cardinals, look, if not the division, at least the wild card, you got to maintain that. You cannot lose this kind of game. But you're right, the 12 o'clock time in Carolina, and it's sunny outside, and it feels kind of like, the Panthers they have nothing to lose, and now they feel a lot better about the quarterback. So I doubt they're trying to tank for a QB because they want to try and get weapons around. So I think Carolina's going to play this game tough. I'm going to go with Carolina and win this game. Close.
Okay. Carolina. All right, Zach, who you got?
Yeah, man. Look, it's an absolute must-win for the Cardinals. They're looking at 2 divisional games coming up to close things off after this one, and they're the 2 that they're going up against. They got the Rams and the Niners. It's going to be a tough end to the season. Rams are in a very similar situation as well with Seahawks and Cardinals coming up in following weeks. This is an absolute must-win if the Cardinals want a chance to make the playoffs, which they want to. They want to be that team that last year they felt like they were a lot better, even though their record didn't show it. I think a lot of people didn't even bother watching them as much, especially with all the stuff with Kyler Murray and all those different things. That was just, hyping up everybody's ego. But, I like Cardinals over Panthers in this one. I'm glad the Panthers have been pesky. And like Carl said, looking like they do belong. I think that's the best way to put it. They finally look like they deserve to be here. They're throwing the ball well, running the ball well. Defensively, they've been sound. But this is the Cardinals game to lose, man. And James Conner, he's one of the few players, once he gets paid, he actually balls out every single time. And he just got paid recently. Nan's not here, so I'll make sure I put up that point. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Cardinals, okay. Jack?
Looks like it's down to the tiebreaker for me, and I will not be going out on a limb. I'm going to take the favorites. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals, like we've said, they're desperate. They need this win because they don't control their own destiny. If they even win out, they still need help from the Rams. They need help from the Seahawks. They need help from the Commanders. They need these teams to lose, maybe even the Falcons as well, to make the playoffs. But I think they're going to at least take care of their end of the bargain. I do think the Cardinals will miss the playoffs, but they're going to do everything in their power correctly. They're going to play well today. It's going to be competitive. I'm looking, it's a 4.5-point spread right now. I might take the Panthers to cover that. It's going to be something like 23-20, 28-27, one of those types of games. But I do think Kyler Murray, just the electricity that he has, I think is going to be too much for the Panthers defense to fully contain him. So they're going to get the W. It's going to be stressful, and it's all going to be for nothing when they miss the playoffs, but they'll handle their business today.
Bryce Young started off his NFL career with 11 passing touchdowns and 18 career starts. But he has thrown a touchdown. Bad start. But he has thrown a touchdown in each of his last 7 starts, which is the 5th longest active streak in the NFL. So how about that for Mr. Bryce Young? I'm proud of that kid, man. I don't know that benching. Go ahead.
I was about to say, do you think that the benching and having him sit down and just take that step back, do you think this, because it hasn't worked as well for Anthony Richardson, but it's definitely helped. Do you think that's going to become the norm where it's like, hey, you don't need to start on day one. Maybe we don't throw you to the wolves. Maybe we give you a little bit of time to figure this out. And then, like you said, Bryce Young starts looking like this. He starts looking so much better. He looks like an NFL quarterback, which you couldn't say through the first 2 weeks of the season.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think him sitting behind Andy Dalton, getting benched, and having that time to reflect and understand and see how to work by a veteran like Andy Dalton. Whatever you think of the red BB gun, because it ain't the red rifle no more. Well, we think of the red BB gun. I mean, he is a professional. He knows how to prepare. And I think Bryce Young learned from him. And, hey, when his number was called again, he's taking full advantage of it. And listen, if you're a Carolina fan, this is the type of performance you would have taken from Bryce Young last year. and his entire season from the beginning of this season. But since all three of you guys are going with the Arizona Cardinals, y'all already know what time it is.
Wait. I picked the Panthers, man.
Oh, that's right. Dang it. I thought I could be the first one.
Yeah,
I'm with Carlo. I'm with Carlo. I'm going with Carlo.
Arizona guys.
I'm going with Carlos. I think because every time I picked the damn Cardinals this year, they kicked me in my head. So I'm going with the Panthers today. Panthers over Cardinals right now. The Cardinals are 10th in the NFC in the playoff. They're still in the hunt, but like Jack said, they need so much to happen for them to make the playoff. And we're going to take a look at that in a minute, but let's get on through. Uh-oh, here we go, Jack. Rebound.
Let's go.
Win this Cindy. Lions Bears. My question right now is 4th down and 1 for the Lions from their own 27-yard line. The Bears are up 7. No, the Bears are up 10-0. Will Crazy Dan go for it from his own 27-yard line?
I'll answer for you, Jack.
Yeah,
a resounding yes.
You know the answer. We might not agree with it, but we know the answer.
I heard that it's good analytics is what I heard. I heard it was good analytics.
when it works, it does. Yeah, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, it's the worst thing ever.
A lot of the time, it does make sense. A lot of the time, I do agree with him. Like against the Packers, when he goes for it to end the game, basically say, hey, we're not going to give you a chance to get the ball back. Love that. Because even if it doesn't work, you still got a chance to hold him. You still got a chance to win the game. But when it comes to in your own territory, like they did against the Packers, I don't love that, but it's Dan Campbell being Dan Campbell. And I don't know if you guys heard him on the radio this past week after losing to the Buffalo Bills, talking about how they got too comfortable. They got used to eating champagne and caviar and these filet mignons, and they forgot who they were when they had to eat moldy bread. They were awful. They were scrapping for every win. That's who Dan Campbell is. So he's saying, hey, maybe we needed this loss. Maybe we were smelling ourselves too much. Maybe we needed this. And then you hear Jahmyr Gibbs come out and say the same thing. He goes, yeah, honestly, I was starting to wonder, do we need to get punched in the mouth? Do we need to stop feeling ourselves, get back to our roots, and start kicking some ass again? And so I think that this is going to be one of those games where the Lions beat the Bears by 10, 14, 21. I think that just, even with all the injuries, I think this is going to be a statement game from the Lions to say, hey, we're still here.
I mean, I like all that rah-rah talk, whatever, but the Bills are just a better team. They're probably going to win it. If you're healthy, you're probably going to win that game. I just feel like, but I think Dan Campbell had it on his calling card, like the next time we lose, I'm going to say this. Like he was ready for that, moldy bread. I mean, I get it, man, but the Bills are a really good damn team. So, I mean, there's no shame in losing, and you don't have a defensive back here right now because everyone's gone. And so, yeah, I mean, I get it. But I guess the Bears, I've seen the same Lions team go into Green Bay and dominate. Now, it's a little bit colder, but the opponent's a little bit weaker. So, give me the Lions again to win this comfortable. Like Jack said, I got the Lions winning, I'm going to say, another one 24-14 kind of games. Give me Lions.
Let's go.
I hate that statement, though. We needed to lose.
I'm like, no, we don't. No, you just got beat by a better team.
You need to lose. This franchise been losing for what? Before the last 2 years?
60 years, man.
There's been enough damn losing. Nobody, I guarantee you that damn crowd in the stand didn't want to lose. So don't give me that, oh, we needed this. Well, no, you ain't what you need. Your ass just got beat by the better team that day. Shit, just say that. Oh, this is what we know. You didn't need this. You got outplayed. You got out coached. It's just that simple.
He had it on the calling card. He had on the calling card. The next loss we take, I got it right here. Moldy bread.
And know what that is? And know what that is? That's a damn excuse.
Hey,
that's an excuse you coming up
with. That's his coaching style, though. Of course, he wants to win the game, but he knew that I'm gonna use that as an excuse to win.
Right.
To let my players know, hey, we're still a great team. We're not gonna say we got beat by the better team. They're not gonna say that. No, because they think they're the better team. So yeah, I get why he's doing it, but he was prepared for that. Whenever they lost, whenever.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Today, I ain't gonna be crazy on this one. I'm gonna go with the pound on this one because I'm gonna stick with the pound on this one. Lies all day, lies over the Bears. Let me just say this for everybody at home: that the over-unders that you're seeing right now, those are Dolphs over-unders. Those are not Vegas over-unders for these games. Those are Dolphs over-unders for this game. Now, 46.5 for this game.
Man, you pretty damn close, man.
Yeah, you are, man.
You pretty close. It's 47.5, man. Damn it. You better watch out.
It's Dolphs over-unders, not Vegas.
Dolph is fixing games right now. Dolph is fixing games. I knew somebody was doing it. Might as well be Dolph.
All right. Titans and Colts. NFC North. AFC South. Texas lost yesterday. Door is open for the Colts. Do they walk through it? Can Anthony Richardson and the Colts get a victory over the Titans?
Where's that?
With Mason Rudolph at quarterback.
I mean, look, I've had no hope in Titans all years. It ain't gonna change for me. I mean, I don't think the Colts are a 6-8 win team either. But they're definitely better than the Titans. Yeah, I'm just keep it simple. Just say Colts. I ain't got a whole lot to talk about.
And Dolph, the Texans already clinched, so Colts are done. Texas already clinched. They clinched last week.
So they clinched last week.
They clinched last week. So the Colts.
You thinking of Tennessee, maybe?
Yeah. So maybe.
My bad.
Maybe a chance for the a wild card chance for the Colts.
No,
but
they don't even have that. You only got the Chargers and the Broncos.
I'm thinking the wrong thing too. Shit,
they've got like a 12% chance at making the playoffs in the wild card.
They need help. They need what the Saints did the last 3 years. Help! Help! But the last 2 weeks of the season, we need a bunch of help at the Colts this year, man. But go ahead, Zach. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. I got it mixed up what he was saying too, so never mind. Don't even worry about it.
I'm going with the Colts just because the Titans are just I don't know what the other Titans are. They're still a decent defense, but that's the only calling card for the year. Is hey, we play decent defense. That's about it. Now they have these games where Pollard can go off for 100 yards rushing at one point, and what's that kid name? Nikhil Westbrook. He has like 12 catches for the year, 8 touchdowns. You know, that's about it going for them, man. And I don't know what they want to do, but I know for damn sure they get the quarterback next year. That's it. So the Colts have got to win this game. You got Richardson. I'm not going to say a coming out party, but I think Richardson has a great game this day, and he's the reason why they win.
Yeah. So right now the AFC West is on pace to have 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Wow, who would have thought that at the beginning to see? Now, so there are really 2 spots available in the AFC. Now, in the NFC, you got 4 playoff spots still available right now. These are the Commanders, Packers. You got the Rams, who are in right now. Nobody want to play the Rams. And by the way, they're getting tight end Tyler Higbee back today. He'll be back. So they continue to get healthy at the right time of the season. Seahawks, of course, in that big game today against the Vikings, they have to win. They're right outside the Falcons on their heels, and they're the Cardinals at 7-7. And we're not going to worry about the last 3 because they're not making it.
Cowboys not dead yet.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Now next week they 7-8. I might start talking about them. But, all right, so here we go. Let's get to the next game. Okay, so we all pretty much gone with the Colts in this one. And by the way, speaking of Anthony Richardson, man, Anthony Richardson has the worst completion percentages in 2024 since 2011. I'm gonna give everybody one quick guess. Who do you think had the lowest completion percentage in 2011 as a starting quarterback?
2011.
Jake Locker?
Right now he's on college. He's a college football studio host. He's one of the greatest college quarterbacks to play. He actually won the playoff game.
Tim Tebow.
Anthony Richardson has a 47% completion rate. Tim Tebow had a 46.5.
Oh my God!
And you wonder why John Elway was quick to go with Peyton Manning, regardless of the success Tebow had.
Yeah, arm shot or not, still.
I mean, hey,
Let's do it.
there are folks in shambles, boy. When he dropped 10-2 like a bad habit and got Peyton Manning, they was mad at him. He's like, y'all crazy.
All right, here we go. And really, man, listen. Aaron Rodgers, I'll say this shit every week. God damn it, just do everybody a favor and go your ass away. Man, I'm not even a Jet fan, and he frustrates the hell out of me. Each and every damn week. This team is not supposed to be sitting in the position they're in right now with Aaron Rodgers. You got the damn head coach fired after showing them up on Monday Night Football. You got the damn new GM. You got all these damn retreads that you done got the Jets to bring into the building, and your ass still is losing. Even though you won last week, well, what you on the 2? They call it a win streak 2. 2 games, not a win streak. It's 3. You just won back-to-back games. You won 2. Ain't no damn win streak. But that's how damn pathetic it is. And you got one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play who's clearly on the downside of his career. I done got fired up over Aaron Rodgers' ass. Rams gonna go in there. They gonna beat the hell out of the Jets. The Jets supposed to be Super Bowl defense. Y'all ass ain't been doing what you supposed to do this season either. Sauce Gardner, I don't hear your ass talking this year or none of that. So Wilson, I don't hear you talking. So with that being said, the Rams, y'all know I like how I feel about McVay. The Rams are getting healthy. Higbee comes back today. The Rams will go into MetLife today and spank the Jets' ass. I'm going with the Rams 31-16. Yeah, I said it. If you're a Jet fan, you know I'm right.
You know I'm right. Hey, I agree. I don't know about the ass kicking. I think the Jets making it somewhat of a special game a little bit. But the Rams are just going to win this game. Uber focus. You can say, hey, I know the message is, y'all, this is not a trap game. This is not a trap game. This is not a trap game. If we handle our business, we take care of business, we get the dub easily in this game. But this could be a trap game. You're on the road. You're in cold New York. But last time we saw the Rams out there in a cold environment, like a month ago, Stafford had his best game of the season. He went off. Him and Nakul just went crazy in that game. So, yeah, I like the Rams to win. That defense has been awesome this year for the Rams and as of lately. And they'll frustrate Aaron Rodgers again and get a dub, man. And the Jets are just, no, Aaron Rodgers is playing for his replacement, pretty much. That's just what's going on.
That way. Yeah, I like the belt to ass thing, Dolph. I'm kind of with you on belt to ass. Let's go ahead and tear up the Jets, bro. I mean, make them restart again. They basically been restarting their whole life. I found out yesterday one of the family relatives of Skylar's family during a Christmas party is a Jets fan, and I just apologized to him. I felt like I needed to donate something. I don't know. It's Christmas, but
donate something.
The Jets ain't getting nothing for Christmas, bro. They ain't getting nothing for Christmas. Give me the Rams.
And this coming from a Saints fan.
In my family, I knew exactly what you're talking
Like the Jets have not been in the playoffs in 14 years, man. I can't even. I'm a Saints fan. That's just too damn much. 14 years. That's too damn much. Like, come on, man. I've been a fan since '99, so I mean, I wasn't part of that. I wasn't part of that, man. Back in those days, I'm '99, so we missed our fair share, but I mean, we kind of balanced it out with the ones we went to. But damn, 14 straight years.
With top 10 picks.
With top 10 picks every damn year.
That's what I can tell you, Carlos. It don't matter what you pick. That's the
only example. That's the only example. The Jets are the only example that they just cannot get on their own asses, even with Aaron Rodgers as their savior. Okay. What about you, Jack?
Oh, yeah. It's got to be the Rams. It's got to be the Rams. I do feel as though Aaron Rodgers is trying to make sure the Jets don't have a high enough pick to replace them. I don't think he's going to be back with the Jets. I think the Jets move on either way.
Manipulating that shit.
Exactly. He wants to be, well, if you're not going to bring me back, then I'm going to make sure that your life sucks for the next year because you're not going to have a quarterback. So, no, I'm not going to be. I think he's back in the NFL. I don't think he's back with the Jets, but he just wants to. It's like when, was it David Culley with the Houston Texans? And he said, okay, or no, it was Lovie Smith with the Houston Texans.
Lovie Smith.
When he said, hey, you're going to fire me and you're not. I'm not going to give you a gift of the first overall pick. So go ahead, fire me. We're going to win this game. I'm going to make sure that you don't get the first pick. And it worked out because they did get CJ Stroud, but it wasn't supposed to be that way. And that's what Aaron Rodgers is trying to do.
Right. So everybody pretty much we all going the rounds in this one. All right. To me, this game here should have been the 3:00 window. On the why it's a noon kickoff.
It's a big game.
I don't understand NFL.
Bad scheduling.
First of all, the Commanders have to be the team with a winning record. They have yet to be the contender. They're yet to be the team with a winning record. They're at home. This is a big game. First game was pretty close against the Eagles also in Philly. Today, can they get the job done at home? Jack, I'll start with you. Can the Commanders pull an upset over the Eagles?
I'm really, really hoping so, because it would help the Lions out a whole lot. I do think the Lions win their final 3 games. I think they beat the Bears. I think they beat the 49ers, and they beat the Vikings, so it doesn't matter. But it would just give me that little bit of extra good feeling, that little bit of extra cushion if the Lions are now a game ahead of the Eagles. So I'm rooting for the Commanders. I really, really hope they can get it done, but I don't think they do. The heart wants it. The head says, nah, the Eagles are going to get the W here. Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, last time they played the Philadelphia Eagles, I think he had 1 reception on 2 targets, completely shut down Terry McLaurin. And the defense has just gotten better since then with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell stepping up. So I don't think the Commanders can do it. I think the Eagles do win a close game, something like 23-17, 26-20, something like that. But unfortunately, I get heartbroken and the Eagles do win.
Zach.
Yeah, man. The Commanders need to learn how to protect their damn quarterback, man. Like, how you allow, what was it, 7 sacks, 8 sacks last week against New Orleans Saints, who have been struggling to get to the quarterback all year? That ain't a good look. That ain't a good look at all. And they're going against the Eagles right now, where you got a Jalen Hurts who's been, called out by his teammates, called out by the crazy Philly fans and stuff like that. So he said, okay, you want to talk back? I'll show you what I do. Last week, throws over 300 yards passing, like 3 touchdown passes, got both his top 2 receivers with over 100 yards receiving and touchdowns. Yeah, Philadelphia's on a tear right now, man. I think they're deadly, man. It's a 1-2 punch right now between them and Detroit in the NFC, and they're gonna win today.
Yeah, I got Philadelphia as well. Right, they had their kumbaya moment last week. Whatever, call it that. He didn't even throw 300 yards, but he was like, "That's what y'all want to see. That? That's what y'all want to see." I'm like, I mean, it was all right. I guess Taylor Hurts was all right, but him and AJ Brown had a touchdown together. Yada yada yada. So that kumbaya moment's gone. Saquon Barkley, you're going back to Saquon. Road game, divisional. Saquon is going to have a monster game, I believe. Go back to the basics. Why you got Saquon in the first place, AJ Brown? And you run that ball and you eat the game up and you leave Daniels and them on the sideline, man. I got the Eagles dominating this game. I'm gonna say they win by 17. I'm gonna go 31. I'm gonna say 34-17 Eagles.
I like it. Oh, and then also just the top of that, Saquon Barkley needs to average 152 rush yards over the next 3 games. And I think it's 152. It's 152, 153 in order to beat the record by Eric Dickerson for most rush yards in a singular season. And some people might be like, "Oh, that's a big ask. That's a big ask." But if you go back and look at his last several games, outside of last week, he's done 124, 107, 255, 146 is doable for that man. Let's see if he can break a record. I mean, 1 extra game still, but still cool.
But still, hey, Eric Dixon came on board and said, I would love him to break my record, so that's all that matters. He didn't complain like a lot of guys, old heads. Oh, those 72 Dolphins. Yeah, we did it in 14. I mean, we were still defeated on 14 games, But right. just get records are meant to be broken, man, and that's what Dixon said earlier. So.
That's it. But with that being said, it's my first one of the day. I've been waiting to pull it out, baby. And I'm gonna pull it out on this one.
I know.
NFC, baby. It's just the longest I went all year without pulling it out. I'm about to long wolf this one. Jaden Daniels, that's right. home in the nation's capital. This will be the last season they will be called the Commanders. The next year they're going back to the name that we all knew them of. I believe they are. That's what reports to say, but I'm not going to say it until then. Until then, the Washington football team will defeat the Eagles today, and it will be a close game, 24-21, walk-off field goal by the Commanders. Eagles lose a heartbreaker, and the Lions and Jack are celebrating because their hopes for the number 1 seed are still intact until Dan Campbell decides to go for it on 40 inches from his own 9-yard line and cost him the damn game. I love Dan Campbell, man. They're crazy Dan when I call him crazy Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Wait,
All right.
Don't you telling me you don't like the Commanders? I mean, their short name is Commies. So, I mean, it's not, like they didn't think that one out, did they? Whenever they came up with those names, all the options they had. President's one of them. What the hell, man?
They just heard Commander in Chief. Let's go, Commander.
I like the Monuments, but that was just me. That's why I thought they'd go Monuments, but
the Monuments.
Yeah,
I think it's just a football team. If you want to be honest with your football team, at least it was different. I don't know.
Hey, football team felt good though.
Yeah, I like it.
Football, I was like,
it felt good for me too.
After like week 5, it felt normal. I was like, yeah, watch football team. Yeah,
look, if the Browns could just be a color, why can't they just be a football team?
For real, that's good.
And the sad part is, it's not even their color. It's the man's last name.
Yeah, for real.
Man, last name is Brown, and he made his team called the Browns. That's some arrogant stuff right there for you.
Okay, now let's talk about the most disrespected team in the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. They are right on the hold on. Haven't they taken over first place, Jack, in the NFC North?
They have not yet.
Lions won the tiebreaker.
The Lions won the tiebreaker. So
Lions head-to-head have the victory. So it might come down to that week 17.
That last game of the season. Which I think it is. I think Seahawks lose today. I think Minnesota, they are on the collision course with the Lions. Like Jack said, week 18. I think, man, we need to do that game too, fellas. But that game there is going to decide a lot. Number 1 seed in the NFC. Who gets that all-important first round bye automatically goes to the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. The Vikings are a good football team, and Sam Darnold has played. Sam Darnold's earned himself some money as a starting quarterback next season. The question is, can you trust what your eyes have seen this year, or do you trust what you've seen the 6 previous years with Sam Darnold? But today they take care of the Seahawks.
Can you give Kevin O'Connell some credit, man? I mean, he was fine with having Kirk Cousins gone, and he said, just give me someone I can trust, man. Give me someone that was part of the scheme. We got McCarthy, but I was like, J.J. McCarthy better not be no starting quarterback for this team at all. And he got hurt before the season started, so I mean that made things a lot easier to put in Sam Darnold. Because if you have McCarthy run his offense there, McCarthy's probably benched by week 6, week 7, in my opinion. He just wasn't ready, in my opinion. But you get Sam Darnold, a guy who's been there, done that, and let's be honest, we all know that the Jets is purgatory for quarterbacks. We saw how the emergence of Geno Smith, the emergence of now Sam Darnold, when they leave New York, the Jets. I mean, things are getting better, right? So maybe Aaron Rodgers was so cocky, he thought he could change that. He thought he could change that notion, I guess. But what I'm saying is, like, he got rid of Kirk Cousins. He kind of knew, I'm not bringing back a guy that's 57 years old, torn Achilles. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I'm fine with letting him go and walk in. We'll get Sam Darnold, who's going to be cheaper and who's more mobile. And you saw the results now. So I went from like not having any belief in this team to like, I'm rooting for the Vikings now to do good. One of the few NFL franchises that haven't won a Super Bowl yet. But I'm rooting for this franchise, Minnesota, to do some good things. And I want them to battle out with the Lions for the number 1 seed. I think Lions still get it. But the Vikings, are a really good team to root for now, and I hope for success for them. In this game, they're beating Seattle because I don't know what's going on with the Seahawks now. Geno Smith, is he hurt? Is he not hurt? They got all the weapons in the world. Their defense is, at sometimes they look great Other times they look horrible. Often, same thing. When they're on fire. When they're off, they just suck ass. So, yeah, give me Minnesota to win this game. I think Seattle makes it a close game, competitive game, but Vikings at the end just because, look, Jefferson is a special talent. It's almost like when you want to get him the ball, he can get that ball, and he just dominates from that position. It's almost Jerry Rice-like, in my opinion. Justin Jefferson, he's just like, hey, I'm open every single time. I don't care where it's at. I don't care what route I'm running. I'm open every time. Give it to me. And I think they continue to do that, man. So give me Jefferson over 100 yards again this week, and the Vikings keep on rolling.
All right, Zach, Jack, I'm gonna let you guys, and then after this, we're gonna rapid fire, baby. Zach, Vikings, Seahawks, talk to us.
Yeah, dude, give me Vikings. Give me Vikings. I'll do rapid fire now. I like what the Vikings are doing. I'm still not sold in Sam Darnold, but Thomas Bell, he definitely still makes some mistakes. But yeah, give me Vikings over Seahawks.
All right. Go with.
Well, you can pretty much just take everything I said about the Eagles-Commanders game and just put it back on this game. The heart says, go Seahawks. Please, Seahawks, help the Lions out. Please do us that favor. Please give us that little bit of extra room to get the bye.
Hey, please.
But the head says, no, it's not going to happen. The Vikings are going to get the win. The Vikings are a very talented team. Kevin O'Connell, if it weren't for Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell's probably coach of the year, but Dan Campbell should be coach of the year, still surviving through all these injuries. Unfortunately, the Vikings get the W, but I can hope, right? I can hold out hope. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Hey, quick shout out to Brian Flores, D coordinator. He's changed that whole entire defense of Minnesota this year. They have been excellent for him this year. So, Brian Flores, shout out to you, bro.
And should be considered for a head coach.
Should be. He won't get it. You know why? But he won't get it. But it should be. Yeah, it should be. Won't be.
I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Rapid fire. Here we go.
Ooh, I see why now.
Oh, Bills Patriots. All right, Jeremy's not here. We already know. Bills all day, Bills all the way. I got Bills. Carlos.
Bills by 100.
Bills by 101.
Jack.
I'm gonna throw a curve. No, I'm not gonna throw a curve. I can't put my credibility on the line like that. It's
nervous. All right, here we go. We all go the Bills and now. All right, here we go. Jaguars and Raiders in the Does Anybody Care Bowl. The Raiders and Jaguars. does anybody care bowl? I'm sorry, Nine. My bad. I know you care. But anyway, does anybody care though? Look, Brock Bowers had the chance to go over 1,000 yards this season. The kid has been special. He has truly lived up as that generational talent which is thrown around. But that kid has actually turned out to be that. I'm going with the Raiders in this one. I think the Raiders beat the Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders too. Jaguars are trying to get Travis Hunter. I'm going with the Raiders.
Pass.
That's a first shot. That's a first.
See, I'm going to go Jaguars because I think the Raiders are trying to either get Shadur Sanders or Cam Ward.
They want Shadur. They want Shadur.
We're gonna have a draft special. We're gonna start looking at these prospects. We need to talk about Cam Ward. I ain't saying he's good, but I don't think he's all that people making him. He scares me. He scares me.
I've been hearing some different things too.
All right, 49ers and Dolphins. Now, I just said, does anybody care bowl? This is the most disappointing bowl.
Yeah.
49ers and the Dolphins.
Yes.
The most disappointing bowl. Okay, these two teams were supposed to be contenders. 325 49ers at Dolphins. First of all, we know the Dolphins going to play good because it ain't cold.
Mm-hmm.
They're at home, so they should have a good showing. I'm going with the Dolphins to win at home.
Yeah, give me Miami as well. I'm going Dolphins also to beat the 49ers. Both these teams, you're right. What happened? I mean, we have faith in the Niners. Not so much for the Dolphins, but still at least playoff contention. It's not even happening right now. So give me Miami to win this game. Barely.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with Miami, man. I always think it's funny when top teams drop to the bottom of the division. So, we'll see how that goes.
I literally had hope in the Niners as of last week, and they lost to the Rams in that weird, dreadful game. I was like, yeah, they're done for real.
They're done for real, man.
The
done.
window's closed.
It's done. The window has shut for these fools, man.
Slam
On top of
shut.
that, Brock Purdy's getting paid next year with 5 years,
They
$290
glued it.
million. I heard.
Debo's get-
They shut the window. They painted over the seal. Everything. You ain't getting through that bitch. It's double enforced, bulletproof, all that. They're done.
All right, Chantel, go ahead and long wolf the Niners then. I'll see you.
Hold on, Jack. Who you got, Jack?
Yeah, Jack,
I got the
what
Dolphins.
up?
I got the Dolphins too, and part of that is my own biases. Again, going back to the Lions 49ers next week. If the 49ers lose today, they're officially out of the playoff race, and that just adds to the help of the Detroit Lions, a dejected team, a team that has nothing to play for. I'd rather play that team than a team with a 2% chance of making a playoff still fighting for something.
Right. All right, so everybody but Chantel. Chantel's the lone wolf. She's lone wolfing it, baby. Chantel, you the lone wolf on this one. Oh, I get it. I got a lone wolfing for you. Oh, a lone wolfing for you, Chantel. There you go. All right, here we go. Sunday night football. Everybody, listen, the millions and millions of Cowboy fans all around the world, they are saying, Dolph, we're back, baby. And once we beat the Buccaneers tonight, baby, we'll be 7-8 and in the thick of the race for the last spot in the playoffs with Cooper Rush as the quarterback to lose in the wild card round. But that being said, 49ers, Buccaneers have to win. Falcons are right on their backs. Falcons, of course, play the Giants, so predict they go win. But if the Bucs stumble against the Cowboys tonight, you can have a tie at the top of the dreadful NFC South. So the Bucs, Cowboys tonight. Cowboys get their second win at home tonight over the Buccaneers. Cowboys 23, Buccaneers 19.
I was going back and forth to this game. Honestly, I was like, yo, because it feels like one of those games where the Cowboys could just stumble up and win this game. But I'm going to keep it real. Going to Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield and company, man, they know they have it's rare that they're on national TV, and they've been a hot team, and they want to showcase to the world. Give me the Buccaneers. I believe you in a close game. I do believe it's going to be a close game, but I think the Buccaneers in the fourth quarter, Baker Mayfield, he's been that dude, man, all season long. When you need the most, he has come out for the Buccaneers, and they're on fire right now. Him, Mike Evans going over. He might hit 200 yards because, you know, trying to give him 1,000 yards for the season. He might hit 200 today. So give me Buccaneers.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, give me the Bucs, man. Wait, who's playing at home? Who's the home game for?
Cowboys. They just won their first home game last week.
I was gonna say, just because the Cowboys are at home doesn't mean it's good.
No, all season I didn't even realize that.
No, they won a home game against the Giants on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
they got two.
That was
they got two.
So they've got two. Still not good.
Yeah.
Give the fans what they want to see.
Hold on, and then they beat the Panthers in Carolina, though, right?
Yes, that was in Carolina.
Yeah,
that was in Carolina. So yeah, they only won one home game this year.
Boy, man, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, never mind. Give me Bucks, yeah, for sure. Show.
Who you going with, Jack?
I got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans looking to continue making history, going over 1,000 yards. No Trayvon Diggs. I think the Cowboys are going to put up a fight because this defense for the Buccaneers isn't that good. I think it's going to be high scoring, something like 35-30, 35-28, something in that ballpark. But the Buccaneers come out with the win. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans get that touchdown to end the game.
Oh! Long wolfing it, baby. Once again, Cowboys, they're going to let me down again. They're already feeling it. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah, that.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of letdowns.
Speaking of letdowns, a perfect segue for me, Carlos, and Zach. Here we go. Monday night, Lambeau Field, frigid. Man, Packers all day, man. Packers all day. Packers by 18.
Yeah, hey, Alvin Kamara chose the right day to have an injury.
Yeah.
he's like,
he's gonna be 50 yards from 1,000 yards on the season. He's gonna be 50 yards short from 1,000 rush yards on the season.
That's all right. Come back
to the last week of the season. Last week of the season. We'll take care of you.
Get your 50, handle your business. Man, I saw something today, which I need people to stop doing this because They tried doing it for Tennessee the other day, talking about, the cold, they're going to be in trouble, talking about for college football. They came out practicing with no shirt on and all this craziness, and they lose. And it happens every time they lose. And I heard somebody today, I don't know, I was trying to see if I could find it because I don't know who posted it, but somebody had the nerve to post some dumb stuff about, not an exciting game. Yeah. But you know what? Rattler coming outside, playing in short sleeve shirts, getting ready for tomorrow. Man, shut up, man. It's okay. Yeah. But give
every team does that, and they all lose.
And they all lose, man. Just bundle up, keep your body warm.
Except for the Dolphins. The Dolphins don't do that. They already know they're going to lose.
No, they already know.
The Dolphins never do it. I've never seen them do it.
Got you. All right, Jack. We already know your Hulk wants to lose, but we already know. Go ahead, Jack. Just finish it off.
I can't pick against the Packers. The Packers, with their 4 losses, it's kind of honestly under the radar. The only teams they've lost to are the Lions, the Vikings, and the Eagles. That's it. They've beaten everyone else. They've only lost to arguably the 3 best. Well, definitely the best 3 teams in the NFC, arguably the 3 best teams in the NFL, Chiefs and Bills in that conversation too. But that's the only people that have beat the Packers. The Packers are a really freaking good football team, unfortunately.
Yeah, they are.
I hate to admit that.
All I want to see tomorrow night is some progression from Spencer Rattler. That's it. I just want him to solidify that going into next year, he is a serious candidate to be the starting quarterback for this team the next 3 weeks. That's it. I do not need to see Derek Carr for the rest of the season. No more.
I don't need to see no Jack Hayner, man. He had the nerve to say, I don't agree with the bench. I mean, of course you're going to say that, but damn, everybody else did.
I didn't agree with you starting last week but you cried about it. Well, I am the number 2. And you got your ass out there and look how you look. Man, no, man. Go ahead. I'm tired of all this, man. Get your ass out in the morning.
He don't belong, dog. He don't belong.
Yeah, man, go on, man. I'm tired of all that, man. So, listen, family, it's been a great show. We want to thank Jack for joining us. But y'all know I wasn't about to get out here like that. Y'all know what time it is. Here we go. You know what time it is. It's time for Straight Baller. Who is your straight baller for the day? Well, I'm going to the nation's capital today because my straight ball is going to bounce back today. Last week, he had only 46 yards on the ground. He took himself out of the MVP race. Now he's a distant second, but not after the day. Today, Zach said he needed 152. Today, he comes out and gets 172. That's right, Saquon Barkley is my straight baller of the day in the NFL. Zach, who you got, baby?
I hate to be a parent in this one, brother, but I'll tell you what, Saquon Barkley, I'm riding with it too. Barkley needs to break the record. I like to see him do it if there's going to be any chance for us to get a non-quarterback MVP. This is the only way, and I want to see it. Saquon Barkley, give me like 175 yards, 2 tutties, balling. Let's go.
Yo, I'm taking it all the way to Alice, Texas. That's right, y'all. Alice, Texas, because there's no D with the Cowboys because Mike Evans about to go dumb. 200 yards, I'm calling it. 200-yard receiving, a couple tutties. Mike Evans, my straight balling player of the week, y'all.
All right, Jack, who you got, baby?
All right, for me, it's got to be Jahmyr Gibbs. No David Montgomery. He is out. Jahmyr Gibbs lost his best friend. He's going to have a tribute game. He's going for 220 yards. He's going 160 on the ground. He's going 60 through the air. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to show why he was taken in the top 10. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to show that he is the most talented running back in the NFL. And the only reason the stats aren't there is because he is playing with David Montgomery.
There you got it. That's Jack Straight Baller for the day. Jack, once again, my friend, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Jack
Sir.
will be joining us throughout the season. Listen, want everybody to have a great day. It's gonna be some great football. A lot of games for playoff stipulation, compilation, whatever shit. I'm tongue twisted right now. But damn it, you know what your boy Dolph is, baby. You know, and a lot of shit about to get settled today. Let me just say that.
Boy, drink that communion juice, man. Got the communion juice.
Yeah, you know, I
Somebody spiked the communion juice, man.
I had that oatmeal like Coach had. I had that oatmeal this morning, baby, you know, that strawberry oatmeal. But listen, thank everybody for being here. On behalf of the Come On In Sports Network, I'm Dolph Jackson, the host of the Keep It Real Who That Sports podcast. Now I'm going to pass it on to my brothers and let them all introduce themselves and let you know where you can find them.
It's your boy Carlos Clayton here with homegirl PJ. We are the hosts of Uneducated Sports Talk, also part of the Come On In Sports Network. Y'all check us out every single time. Hit the notification bells. We're live all the time. So stay smart, stay educated.
Zachary Bell from Real Fan Sports, and also the best fantasy cricket player in the world. Just letting y'all know if y'all don't believe I'm already talking about shit, not even on the same show. Let's go, baby. Go check us out.
You can find me everywhere at CAVANAUGH87. You better be rooting for those Lions. You better be back. You better be following this show. Can't wait to be back throughout the playoffs. Can't wait to talk once again. It was just so good being back with the family.
Jazz, an honor to have you. And like always, family, remember, the doors are not open. So come on in. We out. Have a good day, everybody.
The Come On In